What's up, guys? This is Michael Sadis with Serhant. We're here at my office in Northport. I am the first associate broker to open up an office outside of Soho in the Hamptons for the Serhant brand. Super excited to talk to you guys today.
Welcome back to the newest episode of the Real Estate and Chill podcast. I'm your host, James Scheider from Cliff Galt Mortgage, here with
Kevin Iglesias, associate broker. As always, it's $1 million episode today. We're in Northport, all right? We're with the one and only Michael Jordan Sadis at Serhant.
at Serhant.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thank you very much.
Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Michael Sadis. I'm an associate broker at Serhant. What else do you want to know?
The first office to open up on Long Island.
The first
correct?
Serhant office to be opened on Long Island, just before the Hamptons office opened. We are a little bit of a different business model than the Hamptons office, but we're doing our thing.
Congratulations! That's amazing.
Thank you very
awesome.
much. Yeah, it's been a fun ride so far.
And we had a little tour of like the whole street, the walks, the everything. We had a tour of the office. It's beautiful. So everything you're doing in here, it's amazing. I love it.
It's fun.
It's a vibe. It's a different vibe.
It's a vibe, and that's what we wanted. We wanted, when people came here, to kind of just like take a step back, take a deep breath, and just feel comfortable from the get-go. That was really important. And so it doesn't feel exactly like a office space. It feels more like doesn't feel like a home, but it just kind of feels like you're kind of just in
real estate and chilling.
You're just chilling. You come here and you're just chilling, and that's a cool. Like that's actually a really good thing. Like to kind of talk about. Like one of my visions for this space is to make it into like a collaborative environment where I don't care where you work, I don't care what you do. If you want to come, like same way you would like, go to like a Starbucks and like kind of like sit up and just kind of get to work. Like if you guys ever want to come here to work, like that's the idea, is to collaborate with people, to invite people here from all different regions, from all different businesses. I don't care if you're in real estate. I don't care if you're a mechanic. Don't fucking clean your car, fix your car here. But like that was a bad example. But let's just say you are an
attorney.
An attorney. If an attorney wants to come here one day and wants to work out of the space and collaborate and see what kind of comes from it out of the conversations, like that's the idea of this. And that was kind of like my big idea for opening up this office and like really where I wanted to go. There's this cool place. What inspired that is there's this place in Brooklyn called Rubber Tracks. It's owned by Converse. So you go into I went there like 10 years ago. And you go there, and you're like the immediate impact when you first walk in is it's a shoe store or it's a clothing store of Converse. Then you go into the back, and it becomes a recording studio. And I was
pretty cool.
Yeah. And I was like, this is sick. Like they're an amazing company that's like integrated themselves into like the music culture, especially like the punk music culture. And then now they're saying, let's go in and invite artists to come here to record for free. So I kind of took that mentality. It's actually on my mood board back there of like all the things that I'm pointing to nothing, but it is back there. Of like ideas for this I was like, that's so cool. Like, why not just make this into an open space for anybody to work at it for any reason and to have conversations started and to see where you end up? Because what I think that like real estate agents are lacking is true inspiration. And I think that if you watch the same shit over and over and over again, the same people are going to be inspired by the same thing. So look elsewhere. Talk to different people. Don't talk to the same people that you're talking to on a daily basis. Like, I don't want to fucking talk about real estate anymore. I want to talk about something different. I want to talk to, I don't know, the mechanic. Let's bring back out the mechanic. I want to talk to somebody else and see if like, can I learn something from that person and apply it to my business? So that was kind of the idea of creating this like collaborative space for people to work out of.
And I love that, because when we were thinking about how we're going to put the podcast together, we're like, we can't make this just real estate based because it's so like repetitive, right? So we had to write and chill, because it's a chill part. That's where it came from.
What's been the best chill so far?
What's been the best what?
The best end chill. So you're saying that there's a separate entity other than real estate.
So we shot our last episode. We shot our last episode with JR. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you know JR Ornstein, but he took us to.
I'm sorry, who?
JR Ornstein, insurance guy.
Okay. I do know him.
JR.
He came to my open house the other day. Super nice guy.
Super nice guy.
What's up,
Super
JR?
nice guy.
Yeah.
And we shot an episode at Noble Motorsports in Bohemia. We had a Lamborghini behind us and a McLaren. So it was pretty dope. It was just
cool.
Yeah, it was different.
We're just talking about like a bunch of different stuff on top of real estate. So, because the thing is, like right now with real estate's fun to talk about, but we also have lives outside of it. So I hear what you're saying 100%. That's exactly what we wanted to capitalize as well.
Real estate isn't. I feel like it's in everything that we do, though.
Yeah.
It's real estate.
Yeah.
We have the easiest job when you go to networking groups.
Yeah.
Like, imagine being like the dude who like presses T-shirts. Like, that's hard to like get business from. But like, you want to go to a networking event and you're the real estate agent. We have the easiest job because like people, how's the market?
Yeah.
That's like the number one question people ask, how's the market?
Yeah.
At any stage, like that's always the question.
No matter what, doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
And the answer is it's always fantastic.
Yeah.
The market's fantastic. But yeah, no, it's true. Like we have, I think, the easiest job when it comes to talking about, because people want to engage with us.
People are gonna want to know the $1 million question. How did this all come about? Right? How did your relationship start with Serhant, with Ryan, and how did you come to an agreement? Like, all right, I'm planting the Serhant name here, the brand.
It's a good question. So it took a long time. This is like, I would say, like 5 years in the making. It comes back to networking. Like, I'm the type of person, like, if I want you to know me, I'm just going to reach out to you and I'm going to introduce myself. I learned this at like a really like younger age. I'm going to relate things to music constantly because that's just kind of my background and who I am. But like, I remember back in like 2013, my band was recording a record and we were just finishing it up. And the lead singer, Patrick from Fall Out Boy, saw it was on like a forum, like a teaser that we posted, and he was like, this is sick, I really like this song, and he like retweeted it. Oh. And I reached out to him and I was just like, take us out on tour. And he was just like, done.
Wow.
And we in touch with management, and then we went on a Sick Arena tour with them. So that was like a learning experience for me of just like, it doesn't hurt to ask.
Shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot.
Shoot
It doesn't, yeah, exactly. It doesn't hurt to ask. It doesn't hurt to ask the question to, worst case scenario is they ignore you or say no. So I reached out to Ryan and we started talking. I sent him a very long email. And if you know anything about Ryan, the responses you get, because his time is short, is just like a thumbs up emoji. I'm like, cool, all right. That's not, I didn't get ignored. I got like the thumbs up. So that means like, okay, we can keep engaging. Shortened up. My next follow-up email was just like a little bit shorter. If that email was like this email was like this, and we just kind of got the idea rolling. I am a part of the Sell Like Serhant course, which is definitely like, again, wanted to make my presence known. So that was a new thing that he was starting. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to join that because I want this guy who is one of the biggest brokers in the entire world to know who I am. So I joined the Sell Like Serhant course. I got some referrals back and forth from outside agents, and then. Sure enough, he referred me a deal in Laddingtown, and I got a really great testimonial from that client, which was really cool of him. And Ryan forwarded it to me, and he was just like, wow, that's awesome. Ryan referred me another deal to a house in Manhasset, put that one under contract pretty quickly. And I think that, I don't say he was testing me, but I think that, I wanted to prove my worth. I wanted to do a good job. I really wanted to kind of get really good reviews from these people that he was putting me in touch with. And sure enough, they did, which is really kind of them. And it comes back to networking. That's really what it comes down to. It's like, I just wanted him to know who I am. I've sent him a ton of emails with just ideas for the brokerage, not things that he would necessarily use, but just, I have no problem sharing concepts. I love to brainstorm. Kind of going back to what we were saying before, I'm a Capricorn, so I don't stop thinking, I don't stop working. I just constantly am just in go mode to figure out my next move and how we can make it happen.
What was your level of excitement? I mean, you got one of the biggest real estate brokers referring you business. Like, how did you feel in that very moment? Like the first deal,
it was cool. It was awesome. It was just really, it was humbling, I think is a good word to use, because I wasn't nervous per se, but I wanted to like do a good job. I mean, that's always my intentions, is to do a good job. So it kind of goes back to just kind of like just being yourself and just doing what you normally do. It really, it was just an introduction he made, but it was an important introduction. And I wanted to make sure that we, did right by the client and by the brand, which was awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, I can tell you like a little bit more about like I said, it took like 4 or 5 years to really put this together, like going back and forth between networking and referring each other, being a part of the Serhant courses, and then he reached out to me in 2020, right before the pandemic hit, and he said, "I'm starting my own brokerage. Don't say anything, don't tell anyone, but I'm going to be announcing it soon." This is right before the pandemic hit, and he was like, just like stay ready. We'll do something one day. So I was like, awesome, that sounds great. So went back to work as I normally would. Then last summer, he sends me an email with my associate Rachel King on CC, and it just is a very simple email. Subject: Long Island Domination. That's it. And then I reached out, and then Rachel and I were just on it, so I reached out to Rachel. I was like, "Are we supposed to do anything?" Hey, I'm Michael. Do you want to meet for coffee? Which we did, and we got to talking. And she is the other agent at Serhant who runs the team. And we kind of just got to talking. We hit it off real quick, and sat with Ryan a couple of days later, and we're just like, "Yeah, like let's do this. Let's actually make it happen. Let's bring the brand to Long Island and dominate one day at a time."
I love that. That's so funny though. Long Island Domination.
That's it. That's all the email said.
That's it. There was nothing in like the body of the email or anything.
Rachel, meet Mike.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. That's all he has to say.
It's a great conversation starter.
Yeah. I think, you know what's funny? This is completely off topic. You ever notice how you like type up these like super long-winded emails to clients? And this is good advice to agents. And you're like, this is the best email I've ever written. It's just like super long and well thought out. And then like they're just like, they don't know what to do with it just because there's so much in there. And then you like write the email of like, "Hey, are you still looking to buy a home? ? Send." And then they're like, yes or no. But you get that response.
Yeah.
I feel like less is more. And I think that's a lesson that I'm learning from Ryan of just brevity is important.
That's awesome. I mean, that's an amazing story.
That's a good point too. Like, less really is more. Just get your point across because everyone's busy. So
everyone's busy. Everyone's living their life and then doing their thing, and it's a good lesson, I think.
I like it.
So the story with the building next to us.
So
I'm looking at a burned building. I don't know if the audience can't see it.
Yeah,
but
we'll do some B-roll footage afterwards.
Yeah.
So the day after, this building is a building that I've loved for a long time. When my wife and I used to live above Organically Yours, which is this organic market across the street. There's apartments above, and we used to walk past this building. It's beautiful. It's a historic building. It's like an old carriage house. And at the time I said, like, I think I'd love to do something out of this building one day. I want to turn it into, I think at the time I said like a record studio or a recording studio or something like that. And I've always, every time we walk past it over the years, it's just like, man, it's so beautiful. It's just such a cool looking, unique building. Sure enough, the day after I signed on to Serhant, the next day, this place hit on MLS. And I called the agent up. I was just like, "Yo, take it down. Like, I'm taking it. Like, I want it. I don't even need to see the inside. It's sick. It's meant to be. I need this." So, the agent was kind enough to really make it happen for me. Just shout out to him. And I wake up. I signed the lease. This is like took about like a week to get everything in order. I signed the lease agreement, and I happen to live directly across the street from this building. Like, I can see my building from my bedroom window. And I wake up. It's like December. It's early December, and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's nasty out. It's like raining and sleeting. It's like complete shit. And I look outside my bedroom window, and there's just flames just going up. Everything is, it's like nuts. There's fire trucks, like the fire station's right here, so it's super loud. Everything, being woken up by that. And I look at my window, I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh no.
That's my building. Like, if this isn't a sign, I don't know what is. I was like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? So I throw on my clothes, I run down the street, and I'm like, it's not my building. Luckily, nobody got hurt over there. Everybody was safe. Everybody got out okay. They're going to rebuild it. It's a really cool home that's set back. But Northport's super quirky. So if you know anything about Northport, like, it's a historic town, like dates back to the 1800s. My home was built in 1896. So all the homes are kind of very, very unique. This one's set back. Luckily, nobody got hurt, and luckily, it wasn't my building that was on fire, because that was definitely a rough morning to start off. I was like, oh man, this is rough.
That's scary to even think of.
Yeah.
That's tough, but thankfully everything's okay. Thankfully everybody's okay.
Everybody's okay. Everything is okay. They're rebuilding that home, and we're still standing over here.
Yeah, that's. I feel like you have so many crazy stories. Probably even more.
Doesn't every real estate agent?
Well, you do a lot of luxury sales, right?
I wouldn't say that I do a lot of luxury sales. I definitely love selling luxury homes. But
I only say that, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Is we saw the listing that you have, I think it was at Lloyd Harbor, if I'm not mistaken, with a huge pool it's like indoor.
Yeah, it's a massive home.
What is that property listed at?
It was listed at $5 million. We just did a reduction to $4,390 is the new price that was just done yesterday. But it's a beautiful home. It's really unique. It's a modern home with a great traditional flow, which I think really helps it. It's definitely one of the largest indoor pools I've ever had the pleasure of selling. Like it's massive.
It is. It's huge.
And it's a really cool house. Yeah. So it's, we're working hard at it. We're marketing it like crazy, and got to find the right buyer who's looking for that specific property. It's definitely unique for Lloyd Harbor. It's not like your traditional Lloyd Harbor home.
I feel like every real estate agent, when they do real estate, or like when they watch TV, like Selling Sunset or all these other shows that come up on Netflix, everybody's like, I want to do luxury. I want to do luxury.
Yeah.
But how do they break into that luxury space? I know you're gonna say networking, but
I am. Yeah. I mean, all right. So how did I break? It's you need. All right. Here's a funny story. My first luxury listing, my first over $1 million listing, and this is a true story. I have shitty teeth. I don't know why. I'm just blessed with shitty teeth from I feel like I got good genetics, but shitty teeth, and I constantly get cavities. And I had my first root canal, which was fucking miserable. And I go to this doctor in Huntington, dentist, doctor, endodontist, whatever they're called. Yeah, to get a root canal. Yeah, dentist. Okay, cool. And he starts fucking filling me up with Novocaine. I can't talk. Literally, like, my mouth is like completely numb. I'm like drooling out of the side of my mouth. It's super early in the morning. And he starts asking me real estate questions, because I think I said before I started, I don't know, I'm always like, oh, I'm a real estate agent. Like, you just throw that out there and see where it goes. So he starts doing all this like work to me and fucking drilling on my mouth and starting the root canal process, and literally starts like interviewing me. And my answers are just like, like literally like, yeah, exactly. Like inaudible, like there's no way like he was understanding, but I was like shaking my head, whatever. And after the procedure was done, he's like, I have a house to sell in Centerport. I'd love for you to come see it. So I was like, sick, let's do this. It was on Cobblestone Court. Shout out Dr. Marcus. And sure enough, I met him and his wife, got a tour of their home, and that was my first $1 million plus listing.
That's the sickest real estate interview.
I got it from a root canal, so thank my shitty teeth for that.
It's always funny how dentists always like talk to you like, what do you expect me to say?
Right? You're just like,
but something positive definitely came out of it.
It was cool. That's a true story. Cool. Like straight up, like no bullshit there. Like that's how I got my first. So you just never know where you're gonna get it from.
That's what like you said. It's so important to network and just, hey, I'm a real estate agent. Like
just throw it out there.
What's funny is a lot of people they don't let everybody know that they're in the business. Like that, they're that secret agent, right?
Yeah.
Why? I have no idea.
I don't know either. It's just, again, it's the easiest thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun. So you just kind of like throw it out there and, like you said, shoot your shot and just see what comes from it. But yeah, that's how I got my first $1 million listing. Other ways is just, swimming in that circle. Like, if you don't know people who own these expensive properties, figure out a way to meet yourself, to meet them. Figure out a way to go and swim in their circle. Like, make yourself known. Make your presence known. I think that's like the best thing that you can do.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes
people get scared. Sorry.
Yeah, no, 100%. I feel like sometimes right now, like a big thing that I've been seeing, this is not a shot at anybody or whatever, but like I feel like the Long Island real estate market, a lot of people like networking in a group of only realtors.
Yeah.
I think we got to step outside of that box and go to like kind of different networking spaces also, because, networking with realtors is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Everyone loves it. But like in order to get more business on top of that, I think it's a good idea to not be scared to go to networking events outside of like real estate based networking events.
I totally agree. I actually don't like networking with real estate agents because you have the same fucking conversation over and over and over again. While I love the people that I work with, no matter what brokerage they work at, like I don't want to go and talk about, I'm there to sell my listings and I'm happy to network, but like the conversations are like mundane. Like it's the same thing over and over and over again with the same people over and over and over again. Like go out there and meet new people.
So another question we have right now is current status of the market. So we've been seeing some shifts. We've been seeing some changes. The last 2 weeks have been crazy. So, I think it's a good idea to touch base on that. So what are your current thoughts on the current status of the market?
I think that it's clear that buyers are scared because of the reports that they're reading. But I put 3 houses under contract last week, and I have another 3 going under contract this week. People are still buying and selling. We live in a really special place. Like Long Island is really special. Like we're, depending on where you are, you're either 50 minutes, so if you're talking about Middle Islands, like we're in Northport area over here, like you're like 50 minutes to an hour to one of the most expensive zip codes east, or you're 50 minutes to an hour, depending on the MTA or traffic, could be 5 hours, to New York City, right? So it's like we're surrounded by wealth and money and people who are traveling back and forth. So I think that it's important for people to remember that no matter what, it's a market. Rates are going to fluctuate. But when the right house hits, jump at it. Because you'll have an opportunity to refinance. I don't think people foresaw rates coming into the 2s and the 3s. No one predicted that, right? So the same way no one predicted them to shoot up to the 7s last week, they'll settle. And this is the time for you to find an agent to find you deals. Yeah. Like I think that now is time, like more important than ever, to hire a real estate agent who knows the market that they're selling in, so they can go out there and find you deals. Find the houses that have been sitting on the market. Inventory is still low. So if there's a house that's sitting on the market, it's generally for one reason only. It's overpriced.
Yeah.
So before they do that price reduction to find that sweet spot market value, go out there and negotiate on it.
Right.
Because they may be looking to make a deal to unload it, because they're also reading the same reports that the fucking world is ending and the rates are shooting up and everything is crazy. So they're also nervous.
100%.
So I think that it's important for agents to really show their worth and to provide their value and to start negotiating again. Like it's fun. This is what we're here for, is to negotiate. It's like the past 2 years, just like when people were making offers on houses, it's like, what do you think to offer? Like, I don't fucking know. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. They're asking X amount. I don't know. What do you think? $80,000 over? Like, let me call the agent who's my friend. Hey, agent, like, where do I need to be at? It's fucking crazy, Michael. Like, I don't know. Just submit offers. Like, whatever you're going to do. Like, best in finals. Like,
yeah, where's the negotiation in that?
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's hard because, like, you know, comps to a certain point meant nothing for a while, because it was like you couldn't chase the last comp because the next comp was being set. Right. Now we're looking at comps and we're like, okay, I can't go off of those numbers. So now we're setting a new market standard, and pricing a home is even more important than it was back then. Like we used to say, like to sellers, like it's super important to price your home spot on right now because the buyers are going to bid it up. But like, let's just make sure that we hit that number right. Like that's a generally accurate statement, but now it's actually more important than ever, because when houses aren't priced appropriately, they're going to sit. And a home that sits stale is the kiss of death for it. So
yeah, I mean, in that time frame where everything was just going over ask, waiving inspections, waiving appraisals,
yeah,
you could list a house, overprice it, and still get offers on it. I mean, I was doing it.
It wasn't overpricing it, but it was because the market was deeming that it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was just the numbers weren't there. They weren't catching up to themselves fast enough to use that market data and research to determine what this home should actually be worth. It was like defying all logic.
Well, you have instances too where there's no comps, like you said, and it's like the only house, and it's like, all right, we're gonna set a record with this one.
Yeah,
you know,
which is fun. I love setting records. It's great. I mean, we definitely did it during the pandemic, and you know, I think that again, it's an important time for real estate agents to understand. It's just we have time now. It's nice to be able to take a deep breath and a step back and actually like analyze things and say, like, you know, we actually can apply some logic and some data here, so let's do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, like, my 2 cents into this market play right now is that you guys might not agree with this. Some people watching might not agree with this. It's just my perception of it. That real estate, when you buy, it's not a situation where, you know, you can time the market, stuff like that. It's all situational based. So buy at the right time for you. You know, make sure that if it's, you know, if you just had, you know, a newborn baby, right? You need to move into a new house. That's the time to buy a house. The rates are up, the prices come down a little bit, or vice versa. The rates are down, the prices are up higher. All these situations are going to change, you know? Marry the house, date the rate. We've all heard that before, right?
Sure.
So that's just my 2 cents on what I think. Like, that's what I tell every single buyer I'm talking to right now.
It's a market.
Yeah.
It's hard to time markets.
Yeah.
Right? So you just got to take it one day at a time and do what's best for you or your family and put yourself in the best position.
Yeah, and there's always opportunity when a lot of people are scared and fearful.
Yeah.
Like Warren Buffett said, be greedy when other people are fearful,
Sure.
right? So, you know, that's the time where I think, like, if I can say, like, the best time to buy a house, maybe I'm a little biased, I don't know. But I would just say, like, the best time to buy a house where you can build as much equity as possible in it is the worst market possible.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, when the rates are the highest and the prices are at its lowest, that's the best time to buy a house.
But people don't think of it in that way.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard because, especially for buyers, because inventory is so low, where they've been looking for like 2 or 3 years now. Some of these buyers, like, they've like lived through like crazy like fluctuations. It's hard to wrap your head around. But man, before we started this podcast, I was telling you, like, I've moved, like, I've bought and sold, like, I think this is our 6th home in 10 years.
Really? Wow.
That's a lot.
And it's because the market has gone up. So it was just right timing, right? And you just make it work. But like, we weren't selling because, like, sure, we were profiting on them, but we weren't selling it for that reason. It just was the right time for my family and I. So we just said, let's do it. Whatever it is, like, let's do it, because we can't predict where the market's going to go.
Has it been very overwhelming? Like, since opening the office, I'm sure you're getting probably like a lot of agents who are looking to become a part of the brand. Like,
It's not overwhelming. Sorry.
is there like a certain, you know how certain offices, like, you got to meet a certain requirement, certain standard to become a part of the brand. What is that requirement for Serhant in Northport?
We look at the people first before I look at their numbers. I'm looking at, do I want to work with this person? Is this somebody who I want to mentor? Is this somebody who is eager to learn and is coming with an open mindset, wants to grow? Doesn't matter if they've been an agent for 2 years and they've done $2 million worth of business over that course. Like, can we help them double it? Can I legitimately help somebody grow? I don't respect team leaders who bring on people for no reason other than to grow themselves and their team. I just don't respect it. I think that it's bad business practice. I think that it's a disservice to the agent. So what I look for is, does this person want to grow, and can I help them grow? If the answer is yes to both of those questions, then we have a conversation and see where it goes. There's some agents here who are brand new and they're doing awesome. Like, I can humbly say that we have 11 agents here, and no matter what, whether they've been in the business for 5, 6, 7 years or they've been in the business for a few months, everybody has a house in contract here, which is a really good feeling for me. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That
definitely.
agents who have been here, who have been in the business for literally a few months now, everybody's got something in contract. I take pride in that, because to me, it's teamwork. While this is a team-run office, I don't let my agents, or I don't want my agents to advertise me. I want them to grow their own brand. I'm taking that logic from Serhant. Serhant is all about the agent first. It's forward thinking for the agent. I'm taking that same mindset here from a team lead standpoint and saying, I don't need you to promote my name. I don't need you to incorporate me in your listings. I don't want that. I want you to grow. I want you to be able to self-sustain. I want you to be able to be your own business. Like, I'm training my agents not to become real estate agents, but I want them all to become business owners. Right. And Serhant is giving me the tools necessary to do that. And that was one of the biggest reasons why I decided to do this with Ryan, is because they give me the tools necessary to grow my business, and in turn, I'm letting them grow their business. And I think that that's really important for agents, especially if they're looking to start a team, to understand. is that you have to have the right reasons to do it. And if your reason is only to grow yourself, you're going to get fucking burned because they're going to leave you. And you're going to put time into these people that are just inevitably going to walk away and go somewhere else. And there's going to come a day where probably an agent here leaves for whatever reason. I hope that they don't. But when the day comes, I want to be able to rest my head at night and say, I did the best job that I could for them. And if they feel like their business is going to be better elsewhere, so be it. But I'm going to be at peace with myself. And that's what's super important. I think as a real estate agent, you know, there's so many variables in our equation on an everyday basis that one of the best things that you can do is just put your head on the pillow at night and just feel good about what you've done for your clients, for the people that you're working with, for the people who you just met. Like, you want to feel good about yourself. And I think that that's what kind of keeps agents going, is that like momentum that they have. And that positive energy will trickle through.
I think a common denominator that I've seen, like with agents, like, you know, you both have teams, right? So common denominator from somebody on the outside, obviously, because I'm not a real estate agent. So from the outside, seeing how people who care about people end up becoming more successful because they don't just look at people as dollar signs, I think that's a common denominator for success. Yeah.
You know, there's teams out there that definitely, you know, they run things differently. I have a vision of, you know, I'm taking like what I've learned at my past brokerages, what I've loved about them, what I didn't like about them, and trying to just do something new here. Something that is just, it just makes sense to me. Like, it's just a different way of thinking. It's just a little tweak in that mindset.
Right.
But it's just that we can all help each other grow. So when an agent here in this office has success, we celebrate it. When an agent here has a good idea where they've seen success, whether it's like copy they've written on a mailer that went out or an Instagram post that they got a great response on, share that idea. And that's something that I haven't seen at other brokerages. Not that people don't work together well and collaborate, but I'm talking about a whole office coming together and promoting things as one. Like when I take a listing, one of these ideas that I had is I want every single agent here, regardless of if they're on the listing or not, to promote it. Because this business, let's be real, a lot of it is perception.
Yeah, 100%.
So every agent here in this office, if I have a listing, I want them to promote it as if it's their own. Because I would love for them to sell the house. I would absolutely love it. So can you imagine the power of one brokerage office promoting every single listing together? Like, shit, we go from having, if we're talking about social media alone, we talk about having like 2,000 followers to having like 40.
Yeah.
So that's the power of working together and having this little tweak in the mindset of we're not competition. We are all associates working together, collaborating and sharing and learning and just having fun. And that's what we're really trying to build in this office. And I think that that's going to be a big differential for a lot of brokerages, because honestly, I don't think that they can do that. I don't. I think that they're going to have a hard time because there's egos. Let's be real.
Yeah.
A lot of agents have egos, and I'm just fucking not here for it.
I see it though. Like I 100% see exactly what you're saying. Like if you follow like, you know, a bunch of people who are in this office, like you see it from there too. Like on social media, like on Instagram, like Sean Waller, who's a good friend of ours. I see what he's doing. I see him collaborating with everybody here. I just see like all you guys together. Like it's just like a pack. You guys move together.
That's
which
it.
I love to see.
And Sean's great, man. Sean came over. He had an incredible videographer, and he's been kind enough to like share him. While Serhant does have their own in-house studios, like we also have to find people out here on Long Island to help us make sure that we're hitting the certain brand aesthetic and the brand guidelines and respecting the brand that was built. And he was like, absolutely, like use my boy. So, you know, we've been shooting with him and he's done a fantastic job, and it's all like a work in progress, but it's a unified work in progress. And I think that that's like a really, really beautiful thing when people can work in harmony. Like, don't get me wrong, like all of my agents, like they got big personalities here. They're a lot of fun. This is an awesome office to work out of because everybody here keeps me on my toes. But they do it in the best way possible, where, again, at the end of the day, we got a crazy text chain going of just like cheering each other on, rooting for each other to succeed. Like I have a personal goal for myself. I want everybody on my team, regardless of if they've been in the business or not, in 2023, I want every single person to have no less than $10 million worth of real estate sold. That's my goal for them. And I think that's attainable, no matter the market. I don't care. As long as we market ourselves and we work hard and we show that unified front, we're going to do it. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. I believe it. I believe it. You guys move awesome, so I love it. But go ahead, Kevin, sorry.
No, I love the mindset, you know. It's spoken like a true leader, because I think in the same way, one person, you know, having the listing and everybody else promoting it, because we don't know the connection that person may have.
Of course.
You could have a buyer who's not even, you know, following me, but it follows you, that sees a listing like, oh, this is great, this is perfect for me.
Exactly.
So it's all about, like you said, networking, putting yourself out there is definitely key.
And we're working for the client at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I don't care who sells it, whether I don't care if this brokerage sells it, this brokerage sells it, as long as my client's happy and they're getting the number that they want. What's better than that?
You've been open for how long?
We opened up this office in January officially.
January.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a year coming up.
It's going to be a year coming up.
Oh,
Which is
that's
crazy
amazing.
to think. Yeah, it's been fun.
What are you guys doing for the 1 year anniversary?
You just really put me on the spot. I don't know. You
got to find out. You got to wait and find out.
I don't know. We'll do something. We had an amazing launch party here. We had, with this, you know, another reason why I loved this space is because we do have a front courtyard patio with the restaurant Rockin' Fish directly in front. So I can just call the owner of the company and say, hey, I'd love to rent out the patio. Can we do something here? I mean, we were able to host for the launch party back in June around like 250 people.
Wow.
Which is awesome. It was all past clients and friends. We always do like a good party. Probably are not going to do that again this year just because it's going to get cold outside and we won't be able to host it. But we'll do something fun for a 1 year anniversary. I'll be sure to invite you guys, so we'll have a good time at it.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
You gonna put me on blast because you were telling me that you called me before, so let's just do it. Let's just get it
go.
out of the way. Yeah.
All right. So we were just chatting up, and we were just saying like, so I met Kevin by cold calling, right? Mm-hmm. Cold called you like 5 times. You were like, yo, I'll meet you.
Did you play hard to get?
Yeah, I would just be like, yeah, I'll give you a call back.
You guys played it the same exact way. You were like, oh, I'll meet you. And I was like, call me this week. I was like, all right, I'm gonna call you this week. And I did. And then you're like, oh, yeah. Call me the next week. And I was like, oh, he's never gonna meet me. So, but this was like a long time ago. This is like 3 years ago probably. Yeah. But yeah, I wasn't trying to call you out. No, it's okay, man. It's all right.
Kevin called you back.
Kevin called
and
me
look
back.
at this. Now you have a podcast.
Now we got a podcast.
Yeah. You guys are meant to be.
If you don't remember me, just you probably remember as like an annoying lender who just kept calling you.
No.
Because if you give me an opportunity, I'll always take it. So I kept calling you.
Listen,
But
I think persistence is really important, and I do value that. So I'm sorry for not calling you.
It's okay. Sorry.
But I will say, to build off of that topic, I think that it's also important. Like, listen, like lenders can be annoying.
Trust me, I know. I'm one of them. Listen, I've called you like every week.
So here's the deal.
Hey, do you want cookies?
Yeah. So with that being said, not all lenders are annoying, and I appreciate people wanting to be involved. Because you were calling me before I was at Serhant, right?
Yes.
You were calling me when I was at Signature, which is awesome. I think that what lenders need to learn is that this needs to be a symbiotic relationship. That I'm here to work with people who I believe are going to do a good job, because there's nothing more important than getting an accepted offer and trusting your team. And by the team, I mean that extension, your attorney, your home inspectors, your lenders, that when I have the accepted offer and we go under contract, that I can now mentally move on to my next deal while still servicing that client, but I can now allocate my resources, like my mind.
Your mind share.
Somewhere
else.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, I think that lenders, when lenders call me, they're like, hey, I want to talk to you about what we can do. I want to talk to you about these programs we have. It's just like, I don't want to fucking hear about the programs that you have. Do you have buyers who are ready to go? Because if you do, and you want to refer me them, or you want to refer my team members them, we'll close them, and we will 100% give it back. But let's get that relationship started where we're working together. It doesn't just need to be, I'm going to fucking feed this person business. It needs to be, let's grow a relationship together so that we're helping each other grow. So while it is wonderful to find the lender to work with, I don't want to get phone calls anymore of, you need to sit down and learn about these programs that I have, because I truly don't. and I don't want to. I want to know, do you have people who are actively ready to buy or sell? And if you do, and you want to trust me with them, I will handle them with the white glove service that they deserve, or my agents will. If you don't, let me know when you do. And let's grow a relationship together. So I think that it's important for the lenders out there to also understand, like, it's give and take. It doesn't just need to be take. And I'm not saying that you were doing that. I'm not accusing you of doing that. This is just a message to all lenders who are calling.
I probably was doing that. I'm not even gonna lie. This is like 3 years ago. I probably was. Sometimes it just blows my mind. We're just like, dude, I don't want to listen to you talk.
Yeah, no, he got me.
I mean that with all due respect.
He got me. I mean, we went to Dunkin' Donuts. I don't even drink coffee. I don't eat donuts. We just sat there.
Yeah, I'm not talking about you specifically. This was just a message. This is just like a public service announcement to like lenders
to all you lenders out there.
You are 100% correct, and like I say that not from a place where I think I know it all. But it's coming from a place where it's trial and error. Like with what I've been doing, because I've been in the space for 5 years, been full time for 2. So learning the ins and outs of what a real estate agent needs from you in order to get business from them. It's it's not 1, 2, 3. Every single real estate agent is different. Every single person that you want business from is different. So learning what it takes to add value, which is like exactly what I established my business on now. And anybody who works with me will tell you that. Like, I just provide so much value to the agents that I work with that they don't have to think twice.
That's amazing.
We grow together. It's no longer just like a realtor and a lender. We're together. We grow together. We go up from there. It's an extension
of the team.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's exactly how I work with like every single person. So I agree with you 100%. And a call saying, "Oh yeah, send me business for this reason or the other." Why? Like, right. There's so many amazing lenders out there right now. I like to think I'm one of them as well, but there's so many other people who are amazing lenders. Mm-hmm. And why should a realtor choose you? There has to be a reason why, right? Mm-hmm. So adding value is what the important part is.
I think there's like an interesting mindset shift too when you're selling somebody, whether it's on yourself or it's on your business. It's not about you.
Yeah.
It's about them. Right? There's this awesome book that I encourage every single person who I meet, like in this industry, read. Have you guys read it? It's called Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller.
I have not.
It's an awesome book. And it's not real estate centric, but it's just an amazing, amazing book. And what it taught me is that I'm not the hero of the story. My clients are the hero of the story, or what I'm trying to, who I'm trying to sell is the hero of the story. I'm just there to assist, right? So even though my name is Michael Jordan, like, I want to be Scottie Pippen. Make sense?
Yeah, love that.
So to me, like, that is a little bit of a different mindset shift to when you're selling somebody on something. It's, what can I do for you? What can I do? What value can I provide to you? Oh, you want somebody here? Like, here's an awesome buyer who has had trouble buying something or have trouble with whatever, for whatever reason they've been unsuccessful. I'm going to give you a shot here. Go take them. Like, and that to me is a way better sell than, can I sit down with you so I can tell you about X, Y, and Z, about what I do differently and how we're the best. It's just like, I don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm busy.
Right.
And we're all busy. So let's create a real relationship. That to me is way more important, because that's the trust that goes back into that extension of the team of, when that client goes under contract, I know that you're going to do the best job for them. And I know that I'm not going to have to worry about them. And I know that at the end of the day, they're going to call me and be like, yo, thank you so much for introducing me to them. That's so important.
Right.
It's key.
Yeah. So I wasn't putting you on blast.
No, of course.
Cool.
Man, we appreciate you, inviting us over and letting us shoot here.
Yeah, man. Thank you for doing this. This was fun.
Yeah, no, this was a good time. Congrats on all the success.
Thank you.
And all the things to come.
Cool.
Looking forward to that 1 anniversary party, fiesta.
Yeah,
something.
that'll be fun. And like I said, this office, going back to what I said before, this is an open office. Like, I don't care where you work, what brokerage you work for, what bank you work for. Like, the door is generally always open, unless we're doing this podcast, to collaborate and see where the conversations go, because it truly doesn't matter what brokerage you work for, because at the end of the day, like, you're going to call me one day, or I'm going to call you one day, and we're going to want to get a deal done together. And
yeah,
it doesn't matter where you work, because we're going to be on the same team, working towards the same goal.
I love that.
Right?
So, look, he didn't ignore your calls, but you finally met him. So
Finally.
now he said his doors are open to you.
Yeah, so the door's open, and that's it. Man.
So you went from the L to a W.
No, it wasn't an L. It wasn't an L. It was just.
I had to leave it off for that.
Yeah, okay.
Anything else you could leave us off with?
I have a question
Before
for
we
you
sign off.
before we sign off.
Yeah.
What is, something you would say to a new agent right now that's walking into this market that might not be as easy, I would say, as the market was a year or 2 years ago?
The agents who are walking into this market right now have an absolute advantage over the agents that walked into the market 2 years ago. There's no
I agree.
fucking doubt in my mind, because these are the agents who are going to have to work. These are the agents who are going to have to network and grow their sphere and market themselves and learn and go through the experiences that the agents who started 2 years ago didn't have to go through. So in my professional opinion, the agents who are getting started now will have a competitive advantage over the agents who got started 2 years ago when everything was mayhem, and honestly, being a real estate agent was just too fucking easy.
I totally agree with that, 100%. I've said that so many times, but totally agree.
Keep learning, keep
Keep growing.
Is that your slogan?
No, I just
sound
said
like you want to do it again.
At the same time,
That's pretty good, because
no.
you almost like had like a little harmony going. Like we can keep learning, keep growing. That was good. That can be your you guys got that connection going.
Where can people reach out to you, whether they're looking to do business with you, reach out like agent wise, looking to interview with you? Where can people reach out and contact you?
So you can go to my website, which is mjs@serhant.com, which is also my email address, mjs@serhant.com. Anybody who is looking to talk, I'm always open to a conversation, because again, you just never know where it's going to lead. The people who you can be like, nah, I'm not ready to take on somebody else, may just give you a reason to like, no, it's time. Like I want, like, again, make your presence known. So that's how they can get in touch with me. And there's always, just the serhant.com website that's got all of the agents' information, all of our listings, and we're doing some cool stuff. Ryan's got some big plans heading into the new year, which I'm really excited for him to share about, because it's going to be fun. The business is really going to, it's already taken off. It's already doing extraordinarily well, and I will say that it is inspiring to work for somebody who just gets it. Like, and people know him, but you're watching him on TV, or you're reading his book, or you're listening to his podcast, he is as sincere as they come. And that is the most important thing for me. So when I was talking to him, I was like, all right, well, I want to, get a feel for this guy. Like, is he what he portrays
To be.
And no bullshit, like, he's better. He is that plus some. And I'm not just saying that as a fucking suck up. I genuinely mean that. And that's the reason why I agreed to do this, because I truly believe that he has the best interest at heart for his agents, and he's looking to grow. So we're not stuck at a company working off of antiquated technology. We're at a company who was built in 2020 and 2021 and is ever changing. And to me, that's what makes a good agent, is to work towards the future. And that's what we're doing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for dropping knowledge, gems, everything for us.
Of course.
November 13th, don't forget, we have Sean Waller from Serhant playing in the NASSAU Coliseum.
I saw those interviews.
At the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital that we're having. Our goal is to raise $50,000. We have
That's amazing.
We have
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you. We have a little over $30,000 already
We're like
raised.
34, 35, 36, something like that.
Yeah.
So we're getting closer. We're getting closer to the goal.
We hope to see you there at the
All
NASSAU
right,
Coliseum.
That's cool. Yeah, that's amazing. I assume that you guys are going against each other. Like, it's
Yes.
just like battle.
I told you it's a love-hate relationship here.
Okay.
So just make sure you purchase your tickets.
Who do you feel has the upper hand here?
I think Kevin, as everyone's saying, Kevin is the
Bro, you gotta say yourself, man. What the fuck? You gotta.
No, but Kevin, I'm the underdog apparently this year. Apparently I'm
How
the
so?
underdog.
I didn't hear that though. I heard that you were going to take it again.
Who's
I'm
got
telling
Sean?
you. He's got Sean.
Oh, you're fucked.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Everyone's doubting us now.
All right, I got the Serhant approval, so.
All right, you have Serhant on your team. We won last year. This year, we'll see what happens. But we got some good things coming. November 13th.
You didn't win
get your
this year? What are you
tickets,
talking
link in
about?
bio.
You said you
What?
won last year and this year.
No, I said we won last year. This year we'll see what happens. I mean, I think I'm going to win.
All
I
right.
know I'm going to win, but
You didn't want the white Michael Jordan on your team?
please, you want to be our coach? There you go. Coach right here.
That's very controversial.
Yeah, I was saying before. You ever seen the ESPN commercial? It's like it's an old commercial about like there's this old white guy who's named Michael Jordan.
Oh, now I remember.
And he goes to like restaurants and he's like, table for 2 for Michael Jordan. And the hostess looks up and everybody's let down. Like there's a limo driver at the airport and it's just like, the got a sign that says Michael Jordan and he's just like, hi. And he hands him his things. And then he just puts his head down and is like, let's go. It's one of the best commercials ever. That's,
I got to YouTube
that's
that. I
life
haven't
as,
seen it.
Michael,
That's life as
named
Michael
after
Jordan.
Michael Jordan. Yeah.
I love it.
Awesome.
Well, he's our coach now. So just so you know, we'll see
I'll
you
still
on
pay for
November
a ticket
13th.
though.
You don't have to. You're a coach.
Yeah,
You're good.
no, I still want to pay for a ticket.
Okay.
All right, good.
You're still a coach, though. All right. Now I got Serhant on my side. So there you go. All right. Thank you so much for watching the latest episode of the Real Estate and Chill podcast. We will see you next time.
Thank you for tuning in to the Real Estate and Chill podcast with James Chaudhry and Kevin Iglesias. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share this with your friends, your enemies, your mother-in-law. No, seriously, this podcast is so fucking good. You might want to tell your ex.